Christmas is almost here, and I usually make a burfi called the 7-cup burfi, which usually has 1 cup of besan flour, which is right here, besan, and 1 cup of almond flour, 1 cup of coconut powder. I use desiccated one. You can use fresh one if you want, but I just loved the desiccated one. And 2 cups of plain sugar, a pinch of salt, and maybe half a teaspoon of cardamom powder, and 1 cup of ghee. So these, the besan, almond flour, the coconut powder, the sugar, and the ghee will actually make 6 cups, because we're going to add 2 cups of sugar, not 1, but the rest is all 1. And then we're going to have 1 cup of water. Usually people add a cup of milk, but I realized that we store this till Christmas, and sometimes it will go bad. So I'm just not going to risk it. I don't want no food poisoning or contamination. So I'm just going to use plain water. And today, since I'm going to make a bulk quantity, I'm going to use 2 cups of besan, 2 cups of almond flour, 2 cups of coconut powder, 4 cups of sugar, and 2 cups of ghee, and 2 cups of water. So let's get started. We have first a nice wide non-stick pan, and I've greased a tray where everything is going to go in the end. I greased it with clarified butter or ghee, and that'll make our burfis come out neat. So do the prep work so you save the anxiety in the end, and make sure you have a good stirring spatula. So I will get that ready. Let's get started. So I've turned on the stove. I'm going to add 2 cups of clarified butter or ghee. Here is my 2nd cup. To this I'm going to add 2 cups of besan or chickpea flour, and make sure to keep 2 measuring cups, one for the wet and one for the dry, so you don't have to go back and forth and wipe it down. 1 cup of besan. I'm going to add 1 more. My 2nd cup. Make sure to whisk it well without forming any lumps. But the whole idea is to cook down the besan so all the raw smell is gone. Stir it and make a nice smooth little, what do you call it? Just a smooth concoction. Get rid of all the lumps and let a nice aroma come. The color shouldn't change, so make sure you have the flame really on medium, so don't burn the flour and the ghee. So every lump is gone. I stirred it good, and I'm going to let it kind of simmer till all the raw smell is gone. And then we're going to add 2 cups of almond flour. This I picked up at Costco, which is really good. I make badam halwa with it. I will show you how to do that someday. And then 2 cups of coconut powder. And once that is all fried together, then we'll add 4 cups of sugar. And every dessert has to have a little pinch of salt to enhance the flavor. And then we're going to add some cardamom powder to it, and 2 cups of water. Okay, so instead of a 7-cup burfi, this is a 14-cup burfi, because we are doubling the whole portion, and it really tastes yummy. It's more like a Mysore pak or any burfi for that matter, but this is without milk, but ghee of course is there. So this is my 2nd cup of almond flour that's going into it. Be careful, it's sticking to the bottom. So give it a good stir and then add your grated coconut. So I added 1 cup of grated coconut, desiccated coconut, and this is my second cup going in. Make sure to whisk it all good. And this spatula is a silicone one, so don't worry. It's not going to burn. It's not going to get into my food. I'm not promoting anything bad, okay? I whisk the almond, the coconut with the besan and the ghee, and a beautiful aroma is coming in. I wish you were here, and this was a smelly vision, but a beautiful, beautiful concoction. Next, we're going to add 4 cups of sugar. Usually in 7 Cup Burfi, they will ask for 3 cups of sugar per 1 cup of besan and everything. But I realized that makes my burfis very sweet, and I don't like that way. So I have reduced it to 2 cups instead and added 1 cup of almond flour, just to make it a little more healthier. I don't know how a dessert could be healthy or a burfi could be healthy, but we'll pretend, okay? My 4 cups of sugar is in. So we're going to give it a good stir and see if it really needs water. I have 2 cups of water waiting, but the sugar is going to make it nice and gooey. Let's see what happens. Initially, it'll all look all crumbly, but you just wait and see. The sugar is going to melt and make it nice and smooth. At this stage, you're going to add the water and let it all simmer. It's all dry and crumbly, but we need to add the water. Add it slowly and lower the heat so you can mix it all together without making any lumps. Give it a good stir. Make sure no lumps. I may have to change my spatula soon because this is not sturdy, but it's good to scoop it around. So I definitely need to change it as it thickens. I didn't pour in all my liquid. I held back about 3/4 of the cup in case we don't really need it. It's already nice and liquidy, so we're gonna wait till this thickens further and starts leaving the sides of the pan, and then it's ready to come out. I'm gonna go ahead and increase the heat a little bit from medium to a little high, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to add cardamom powder at this stage. This is freshly ground cardamom powder. Usually we add it to the end, but I want it all soaking in and absorbing the flavors. You see how there's bubbles on the sides? We're going to stir it, and then later it's going to start leaving the sides. That's when we know it's all done. The problem with burfis is you have to keep stirring so it doesn't catch at the bottom. You can add a little bit more ghee if you want. If you think the consistency is a little too dry, you could add. But at this point, I'm not thinking we should. We already put 2 cups. So we'll wait and see how it, food talks to you. So anytime it does, and you have to visually see it and nasally judge it and see if you have the right product. Usually I would say clean up after, waiting for this to boil. Just clean up your place. But then when it comes to burfi, do not take your eyes off and keep stirring the pot. Otherwise it's going to be a big mess. You see how it's almost pulling off the sides? This is almost done. I'm going to just give it 2 more seconds or 2 more minutes and take it off the stove. So this is done. I'm going to put it on the grease plate. I have only 2 hands. Not going to try with 1. So I'm going to turn it off and transfer this into this and come back. So here it is. I poured it and I tried my best to level it, and smoothen it and spread it out. It hardened super fast. I had to really move fast. And I got this wax paper. I'm going to lay it on top and smoothen it out with a different gadget. This small little bowl is going to help me smoothen out really quick in case it's uneven. It's a fun thing to do, provided it cooperates. It does harden quickly, and you have to score it to make into new pieces. Before it hardens all the way, then it'll be difficult to cut it. But this burfi is very versatile. You don't have too much sweat over it. And very neat. Took me less than half an hour to 45 minutes. So keep all your ingredients together and the prep work, get it all done ahead of time so you can enjoy stirring and making this amazing bars or burfis for Christmas or any festive occasion. Some people use chopped nuts, but I prefer it to be just almond powder. So once this cools down, you're going to score down and make it into squares. So I'm just going to score it, make it into nice even diamonds actually. So take a little knife and go from top to down diagonally. And then you'll go the other way around and make it into neat diamond shapes or squares, whichever you prefer. I just thought for a change we would do diamonds. Almost like a kaju katli or a cashew burfi. But this has badam. So let me get this done and show you the final product. So it's all scored, and the first thing that you would remove is the corner piece. Then you will be able to get everything out. And I haven't cut all the way in because it's still getting dried or set. So once it's all done, I will get back to you. So here's the perfect pieces. It set so well so quickly. I was surprised myself. So it was a perfect burfi in all sense. Not much time, and it set well. You can store it in a container, airtight container, for at least 20 to 30 days, and also in the refrigerator forever. So enjoy it this Christmas and send it over to your friends and family instead of the cookies. So this is a great way to celebrate Christmas and share it with all your friends. So try it and let me know how it goes. It's a long video, but I'm going to try and edit it. So enjoy and Merry Christmas all.